The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The Jets are 0-3. Joe Benigno joins us to talk about that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
There's no such thing as moral victories when it comes to us. Everyone says same old Jets. I hate that term, and I really don't know what that term means. They're not the same old Jets. We're 0-3. Make sure you look at the game.
The 2025 New York Jets season is officially here. Can Aaron Glenn lead the team back to the playoffs and finally deliver on the promise this roster has shown? Every step of the journey, the Jake Asman Show will have you covered, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go. Here on a Monday, I am back from Tampa. And ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to a guy who's an expert on what the same old Jets is. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Benigno. Joe, what pissed you off the most watching that game yesterday?
Pissed me off the most? That's an interesting question. There were a number of things that pissed me off a lot. Yeah, you know what pisses me off more than anything else? And I really, maybe this is a little, out there. I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. The only team in the NFL through 3 games that has not forced a turnover. How about that? Yesterday, they had the ball out on Baker Mayfield. Did they recover it? Of course not. And then on the other side, when Taylor gets the ball knocked out of his hand, of course they recover it. The mistakes. I thought it was a bad call, but Sauce getting called for pass interference on 3rd and 29. The play call on 4th and 1, where, instead of maybe a tush push or a quarterback sneak with Taylor, they give it to Allen 3 yards in the backfield. He gets stopped. It's so many things, bro. It's so many things.
You know what's so insane, Joe? And being at this game, and everyone that was a Jet fan felt the same way. You knew that after that McDonald play, as incredible as it was, there was too much time left. You knew the defense was never going to get a stop.
I'm telling you, I would have felt, as he's running down the sideline, I'm thinking, oh, this is great. Then I'm thinking, wait a minute. He probably would be better off going down on the 2-yard line. Yeah, really. They would have been better off if he would have blocked the kick and they would have recovered it, let's say, on the 30-yard line or something like that. They would have been better off with a minute 39 to try to go down and win the game than to put the ball back in the offense in Mayfield's hands. You knew they had no shot. And the fact that the drop, and here's another thing too, this kickoff rule, I can't stand it. You kick it in the end zone, and which is another thing. What is Falk doing? And they get the ball on the 35-yard line. When are you going to start putting it midfield soon? I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. There was never, you knew it. And another play too, when he hit Sterling Shepard for that play where he almost broke it for a touchdown, they should have let him go. There was 1:04 left. They had no timeouts, but they still had some time maybe to pull the game out. You know what I mean? You knew they would never win. And you knew, of course, he was making that field goal. I mean, there was no way he was missing.
It just never ends. And
never.
They were bad for essentially the first 3 quarters. And think about the gift they got with the injuries of the Tampa line. Mike Evans doesn't play down the stretch.
All the penalties. How many penalties did Tampa have?
14. They had 14. We got the Bulls special, the prevent defense that allows the Jets to get back in the game.
Only the Jets could have the other team get 14 penalties, return a block punt for a touchdown, and lose. Right? I mean, who else?
It's unreal. And what really bothered me the most, Joe, listening to Glenn after the game, and he walked some of it back today. He harped on more of the negatives, but I just don't like him trying to lecture us. Well, this is not the same old Jets.
Of course
they're 0-3. How is it not the same old Jets?
Look, it's about winning football games. I don't care that you came back in this game, I don't care that you look good in the loss to the Steelers. You lost. I mean, that's the bottom line. I almost would have felt better if they lost 23-6. That to come back like they do, tease us like they did, and eventually lose the game anyway. It's unbelievable. And I thought Bart Scott had a great line on the post-game show. Not that I watched it, because after the Met game, I was done. I watched the tribute to Charlie Kirk. I was done. I was not watching sports anymore after that. Right?
Understandable.
Okay. But I heard today when I was watching Sports Night this morning, Bart Scott hit it right on the head. He said the last time that the Jets weren't the same old Jets was when he said, I had a uniform on. That's right? When Rex was the coach, 09-10. That's the last time when we went to the AFC title game 2 years in a row. That's the last time you could say, well, we weren't the same old Jets. That's it. But I mean, basically for the last 57 years, they have been. And until you start winning, you're the same old Jets, Aaron. And you should know that because you played for this franchise. You were there. You were the quarterback that got beat for the touchdown by Mark Ingram in the spike game. You played for Kotite. You played for Bill on good teams too. But, you were also on a team that, saw Vinny blow his Achilles out the year we were supposed to win. So, I mean, come on. Yeah, you know what I mean, bro? Come on, Aaron. Wake up.
I don't know how we could say they're not the same old Jets when we're seeing a team missing tackles. They're still undisciplined. They made crushing turnovers. They never, as you already brought up, they never forced any turnovers. They always find ways to lose instead of winning. How are they not SOJ? And I know what he's trying to do, but when he's that combative after the games, it's not going to work because eventually fans are going to get sick of it and they're going to turn on him. It's not just going to be, the media is out to get us. You can't blame the media when you don't win games. That's the bottom line.
Bottom line. There's no other way to say it, And like you said, you can't make the mistakes. The pick six obviously was a killer. You want to blame Wilson a little bit. He took a little blame for that. Look, and I'll tell you something else too. One of the reasons the Jets got back in this game is because Todd Bowles stopped blitzing them.
Right.
They put a lot of pressure on early in the game. In the second half, started the fourth quarter up 17. Bowles took called the dogs off. He stopped going after them. And that's when Taylor started taking them apart, So I don't know. I'm so disgusted. And I would play Tyrod Taylor, bro. To me, he gives us a much better chance to win. I'm sorry. Much better.
Here's the thing, though. They can't run the ball at all. And I just wonder if with Fields and the ability to have that threat of him taking off that RPO in the playbook, if it would open some things up. I think Tyrod's a better thrower of the ball without question. I just think if Fields is healthy, they're going to probably go back to him because they want to see more from a guy they gave, $30 million guaranteed to.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I want to win games. And I think Tyrod Taylor gives us a better chance. And here's the other thing, too. If he keeps playing, eventually he's getting hurt, too.
Right.
So Fields is going to play again. But the bottom line to me, bro, they could say, we got to draft a quarterback in the offseason. I mean, let's not kid ourselves with the situation here. We really do.
They got to hit on that quarterback. I mean, that's the other problem, too. People are talking about tanking. Are they going to pick the right player? Come on.
There's no such thing as tanking. People got to get over tanking, okay? There's going to be a lot of young quarterbacks coming out. There's a bunch of guys in this draft, okay? Arch Manning, Carson Beck, the kid Sellers from South Carolina, Nussmeier, the kid from LSU, what's the kid from Penn State, Drew Allard. There's a bunch of them coming out that, at least on a college level, look to be, top pro prospects. And the Jets minimum, they're probably going to have a top 5 pick. Minimum, going to have a top 10 pick, and they got to take a quarterback. I'm sorry. I mean, they have to. I don't care whether they think Justin Fields is, all of a sudden has a really good year. I don't know. I can't see it, but they got to do that, bro. To me, they have to.
19, Joe, missed tackles yesterday.
Is that what it was?
What was the point of tackling over the summer? What was the point of this tough training camp if it's not going to change at all once the games actually begin? Steve Wilkes in this defense, I have been so disappointed with them, man. They're terrible. I never want to hear about the defense being overrated. You texted me this morning. It's spot on. They're just a bad defense. They're not overrated. They just stink.
They stink. The secondary's brutal. Okay, now you got Quincy Williams hurt. I don't know. Did we get any information on Quincy Williams? I don't know if we did.
No update on him. Sauce came back in at the end, which is a good sign. But I want to see AZ Thomas play next week. I don't need to watch Brandon Stevens continue to be bad.
How about the kid Malachi Moore, the kid they drafted from Alabama in the secondary? I mean, can we see these guys play?
Right.
He was
probably the one guy that wasn't terrible yesterday from what I saw.
Who was that?
Moore. He started with Tony Adams out yesterday, and it wasn't bad.
No, he wasn't bad. And Quinn Williams had a decent game.
Yep.
But they're not a good defense. They're just not a good defense. They're really not. I mean, I don't know what else to say. And the offense isn't terrible, but I don't know. I would go with Taylor. I'm sorry. I just think he gives, and I think the team responds to him better, bro. I think there's something about that guy. I think he's a big factor in the locker room. I really do. I think they respond better to Taylor. But that
Fields was so good week 1, though. That's the only. He was awful week 2, but like I just don't know if they're gonna pull the plug on it that quickly.
Well, what's his story? Is he still in concussion protocol?
He is. Yeah, he is. And did you see the exchange this morning with Glenn and Samini in that back and forth?
No.
So I'll play this for you. And this is an example of what I've been talking about on the show of Glenn just going out of his way to like pick fights in the media. And it's just unnecessary and it's not going to help him long term. This was the full exchange this morning.
Aaron, when Justin Fields gets cleared by doctors to play, will he go back to being the starter?
Say it again.
When Justin Fields gets clearance by the doctors to play, will he go back to being your starter?
Well, we'll talk about that today. As a staff, we'll make sure we come up with the right answer for that. So I know what you're trying to ask, all right, but we'll make sure we talk about that as a staff first and foremost.
So just to be clear, because, sometimes we tend to speculate in the media a little bit.
Yeah, I know that.
So I'm trying to avoid that here.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's up in the air.
So Justin came in as our starter, and he's been our starter. So, Listen, Tyro was the backup. So I want to make sure I know exactly where Justin's at. I don't want to say anything until I know that Justin's clear. So once Justin is clear, I'll let you know exactly where we're going.
And how do you think Tyrod did?
I thought Tyrod did well. Now, there's some things he got to clean up, right? But I thought he did well.
Why not just say if Fields passes protocol, he's our starter?
You know what? But you know what, bro? The way I interpreted it, he doesn't know if Fields is the starter yet because he didn't come out and say that. Why didn't he come out and say if Fields passes protocol, he's our starter? Why didn't he say that? He did. I mean, he didn't say that.
He kind of did it. He implied it at the end, though, when he's talking about if Justin's our starter, we want to see where he's at or whatever. And to me, it's like just unnecessary. And then he's talking about all in his post game presser after the game. I know the New York media, you guys will let you guys be negative.
Right.
You're picking fights with them. You don't need to do it. It's not going to help your case. The only thing that matters is winning games. You're like not what the media is saying about you or writing about you.
Yeah. I told you how I feel about Taylor. I don't know what to say, bro. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of losing, and I've said this, you can make a case that this is the worst franchise in professional sports in North America. I mean, they've had the longest playoff drought. Why would I not? I mean, who's worse? I don't know. Who's worse?
Yeah,
who's worse? The Chicago White Sox, the Colorado Rockies? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know who the worst team in the NBA is anymore. The Nets worse. I mean, maybe the Nets are in the conversation, right? And they are. I mean, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Even the Browns won yesterday. Even them. Right. And the Packers yesterday. How about that?
Yeah, the Jets are the only team that if they're not expected to win, they're just not allowed to win. Every other team in the league can have a big upset except the Jets.
Right. We never have an upset. And can they beat Miami? Can they? They're going to lose to the Dolphins too. You know that. The secondary's so bad. Tua's going to light them up with Tyreek and Waddle. You know it. You know it's going to happen.
So here's your first look at the line next week for Jets Dolphins. 1 week from tonight.
2.5. Isn't that what it is?
2.5. Yep, that's what it is at FanDuel right now. Jets 2.5 point underdogs. And look, here's the thing, Joe. Even after Miami, here's a look at the upcoming games for the Jets. If people want to say, oh, well, their first 3 opponents really tough. The combined record's 8-1. If you want to try and find something to grab onto, okay, fine. But over these next 6, win games, man. No one's asking you to make the playoffs this year, win the Super Bowl, but you have to win games. You can't say you're not the same old Jets and then lose.
Every team that I'm looking at right now, you got Cincinnati without Joe Burrow. Carolina whacked Atlanta yesterday, 30-0. Denver's lost 2 games now, right? They lose yesterday. Yeah, lost to the Chargers yesterday. Dallas certainly didn't look good against the Bears yesterday. There's winnable games here, but they're the Jets. I mean, everybody else is looking at the Jets on the schedule and saying, well, that's a winnable game. That's our game to win.
Yeah, it's right? Everyone's like, oh, we can win this game. It's like they're looking at the Jets like the get right game. We're the
100% right. No,
we're the homecoming game. It never ends.
We are
you have a question for Joe, write it in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Joe, I'm giving away a pretty awesome signed jersey on the show today. I know you loved this guy when he was a Jet. Keyshawn Johnson, signed Key jersey.
I love him. Another guy, just another number one draft choice that won a Super Bowl somewhere else. I was a big fan of Keyshawn. I did like Keyshawn. He was a very good. Keyshawn was a very good player for us. He had that great playoff game against Jacksonville where he did basically everything in that game back in '98. He was a great 1-2 punch with Crabette. I know people got on him, throw me the damn ball and all of that, but he was a real good player for the Jets, no doubt about it.
If you want a chance to win the signed jersey, gift memberships. Kevin became a member. Matthew became a member. And then how about our guy, Frank P., who won a signed Santonio Holmes jersey the other day? He just gifted 10 memberships. And then tomorrow on the show.
You actually gave out a Santonio Holmes jersey?
I did. Signed Tone Time jersey.
Bro, let me say this, okay? Now, I stupidly, when he was playing for our team, I got a Santonio Holmes jersey. I made the mistake of that. It is now gone the way of my Muhammad Wilkerson jersey.
Goodwill?
Yes. Somebody's wearing it. Somebody who needs it is wearing it somewhere. God bless them. Santonio, what a stiff he turned out to be. As soon as he got paid, that was the end of it.
Yep.
He was done.
2010, how many games did he win with unbelievable catches late?
No. Yeah. He was good. He was good. 2010, he was good. After he came back, I think he had a 4-game suspension first.
He was,
Yeah, but he was good. No doubt. No doubt about it. But then once they paid him, he went right in the tank. So I got problems with Santonio Holmes, but Keyshawn, I love him.
Keyshawn, you approve of. Got it. All right. Burkinator with a super chat. Tampa gets 14 penalties and wins. We get 14 penalties. We lose by 40. Only the Jets. Can you imagine the Jets committed 14 penalties in a game?
No question. He's right. That he's 100% right. 14 penalties for us. We lose by 40. No doubt about it.
Michael says press is undefeated versus coaches, but Glenn sure is getting started at it early. I don't just think he needs to be that combative.
No,
like right away. I don't think it's going to help him long term. I don't think it does anything.
Now he's not Bill Parcells. You know what? Aaron Glenn's got to understand this. I understand that Bill Parcells was a great mentor to him. I get that, right? He played for Belichick as well. I get all of that. But you know what? He even played for Bowles. I get it. But you're not any of those guys. You're certainly not Belichick or Parcells. And right now, you're not even Todd Bowles, who's actually, taking his team to the playoffs 3 years in a row. So, you got a long way to go till you could start having an attitude like that. So I'm with you on that. It's only going to hurt them in the long run if they don't start winning. You know what I mean? That's for sure.
Couple things that I know bothered some Jet fans. I know even, your former coworker, Mike Francesa, ripped Glenn for his celebration during the McDonald play where he was jumping on the sideline. Did you have an issue with that in real time?
Everybody else knew that we were in trouble because they had plenty of time to come back and win the game.
Right. Did you have any issue with him being excited during the play? Did that bother you at all?
I understand the excitement level, but I mean, like I said, he would have been better. He should have been running down the sideline screaming at McDonald, go down at the 2-yard line. I honestly, I mean, seriously. We would have had a better chance to win the game because they wouldn't have got the ball back. So look, I was excited too, but then you wake up from the reality and realize, man, they got a minute and 39 seconds left. We're never stopping them.
That's right.
And all they need is a field goal. Forget it.
And then I was at the game, so I didn't see this live, but this clip here of him clapping his hands right after they lost.
Game. That's after they lost. Yeah, I know.
Did that bother you?
Yeah. What are you clapping about? We lost again. You're 0-3. You haven't won a game yet, Aaron. You got two games you lost by a field goal in the last play of the game, and you got whacked in the other game. What are you getting excited about? It's brutality. It's typical Jet brutality. No other way to say it.
We got back-to-back comments here from Peter and Bang, both about Sauce Gardner, who left, came back. You mentioned the 3rd and 29, which, I mean, he's got to make more plays on the ball. I mean, that's
he doesn't make any plays. Sauce Gardner makes no impact plays whatsoever. Let's be honest about it. He makes 0 impact plays. Case closed. He's not the great Ira in Staten Island. He's right. He named 4 cornerbacks that are all better than than Gardner over the years. Revis, James Hasty, Antonio Cromartie, and Glenn. Those 4 guys are all better than Sauce Gardner. I'm sorry. He's right about that. Every one of them.
I still think he's a very good cover corner, but
is he? We
need more. I mean, if you look at it over the course of the season, he was awful against the Bills, no excuse. But week 1, he was great against Metcalf. Like Evans, I don't know why they didn't have Sauce on Evans on the goal line when he scored the touchdown.
Plays, but he doesn't make plays. He doesn't get interceptions. I mean, even last week, in the Buffalo game, he had a chance to get Josh Allen for a big sack, and he missed him. I mean, come on. Please. I need more.
I agree.
Again, all those guys to me, I think Ira's right. Well, certainly Revis. He's not even. He can't even.
No one's Revis. I think Revis at his best in his prime, like not career, but like at his best. I think he was the best of all time.
Well, I don't know if he's better than Dion. As far as the cover quarter, I would say Dion was number one because Dion just closed off the side of the field. Now Revis did it too, but
2009 through 2011, Revis, I'd take over.
No, he was the best. Oh, I agree. In the NFL at that stage,
yes,
but I would still put Dion ahead of him.
So Revis would be two.
What's that?
So where would Revis be in your all-time rankings? You've seen all of them.
Top 5. I think the two best. I would give the two best corners to Dion and Mel Blount, who really revolutionized the game in the second. He really, because of him, they took away the bump and run. I mean, so they had a whole rule that they changed for Mel Blount. So to me, those would be the two top guys. Revis is in there. Maybe Revis is number 3, but certainly top 5 all time. And like I said, probably 3.
PBM, Purple Belt Mike.
You got to factor in Dion's ability to return punts and kicks. He was as good as anybody.
That's true. I'm talking to just strictly like playing the position.
The cover corner to Dion was the best, bro. And he would get interceptions and take them to the house. Yeah. I mean, Revis had a couple. I remember I was out one again. A Monday night game against the Dolphins. He took one about 95 yards against our buddy Brandon Marshall.
That's right.
But he's up there. No question about it. And, of course, he won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, of course.
Mike writes, and Mike called into my show yesterday wearing a paper bag. He says, why do we always suck? This team is poverty, nothing but constant ineptitude, perpetual failure and misery. Please let this end. We don't deserve it. Instead of his nickname Purple Belt Mike, or we're now calling him, Brown Bag Mike after his call in yesterday.
Yeah, well, I mean, can you blame him for having a bag over your head? I mean, what do we have? We have nothing. I mean,
we're not the same old Jets. The coach said it. We're not.
Yeah, okay. Wake up. Please stop it. Stop.
Ralphie checks in. Ralphie was down in Tampa with me and a bunch of listeners yesterday. Can we look to the Lions to start with Campbell? Can we look to Lions? So saying look at the Lions with Campbell in his first year as a possibility with the Jets under Glenn.
Well, look, what were they 3-13-1 that year? I'm not ready to dump Glenn. I mean, I'm not sitting here telling you, this guy's never going to be a good coach because I don't know that. He's coached 3 games. He had him ready to. He had him pretty much ready to play in 2. Although, again, I thought in the Tampa game yesterday, the Bulls coaching had a lot to do with the Jets getting back in that game when he stopped blitzing them. Okay, so but they had 2 close games they lost, like I said, by last second field goals, and they got killed in 1 game. It's too early to judge what Glenn is. I don't know the answer, and he could go 3-13-1 this year himself, and I still probably don't know what he is. So the jury's out. It's going to be out on him. He certainly gets this year. You know what I mean? So I don't want to kill him yet because I don't really know what he is. But he's learning the hard way. I'll tell you that.
Well, Salah's first year, they won 4 games. And the rosters, you can't even compare the talent level of this team to that team. So I didn't pick them to make the playoffs, Joe.
You know what, though, bro? How talented are they really? I mean, when you start to break this team down.
Go look at that first year with Salah, with Zach Wilson playing quarterback.
No, I understand that. We got better quarterback play. I agree with that. But, the offensive line is up and down. I mean, Fasano and the other kid, Membo, I mean, they're not exactly, Anthony Munoz and, who you want to give me on the other side? Eric Williams, the great Eric Williams from the Great Wall of Dallas. They're not exactly those 2 guys, okay? They got a long way to go to even get close to that. They couldn't run yesterday again. They've had 1 game against Pittsburgh where they could run. They couldn't run in the last 2 games. They got 1 wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, although he still caught, 10 passes yesterday for 84 yards and a touchdown. I mean, even when he's the only guy out there, he's still getting it done. Breece Hall to me is not used enough in a passing game. They need to start throwing the ball to Breece Hall, okay? I know he's had trouble running the ball after the Pittsburgh game. A lot of that's the offensive line. Start throwing the ball to Breece Hall out of the backfield. I like to see the tight end get more involved, the kid from LSU, Jason Taylor's son.
How about he gets his first touchdown on Monday Night Football against the Dolphins? And they show Jason Taylor wearing Jets gear celebrating.
Yeah, he's probably going to be there. Jason Taylor in Jets gear? I don't know.
He was a Jet.
No, I understand that, but I mean, come on, he's a Dolphin.
He's going to wear his Mason Taylor jersey
for a Jet Dolphin game. Doesn't he have to be wearing? If he's wearing, he probably shouldn't wear anything. But he's a Dolphin.
I mean, if his son is on the Jets, doesn't he have to wear his son's jersey? What would you do if your kid was playing for a
Well,
rival?
I wouldn't wear any kind of jersey at all.
Yeah.
I think I would just be complete. Don't wear any. Just wear normal clothes. That's it.
Some more super chats here for Joe B. Hamburger writes in when the team and Hamburger's as big of a Met fan as you are, Joe. So he's down in the dumps.
Hamburger, aren't you a happy man today?
When the team shows you who they are, believe them. Help wanted. Sign coming soon.
Yeah. When a team shows you who they are, well, when do I know who they are? When am I going to know that? We might not even know it this year. I mean, what they really are under Glenn. That's my point. They got to.
He's definitely getting this year, and if they draft the quarterback, he's going to get all next year. But they have to we have to see results. They can't just start 0-3 again.
They got to start winning games, bro. They got to win games. I mean,
you see this stat? They're 0-3 for the fourth time in the last 7 years. No team in the NFL has done that more than the Jets.
Yeah, well. Bro, they've gone 14 years without making the playoffs. I mean, come on. They haven't had a winning season in 10 years. I mean,
right.
Like I said, you can make a case the worst franchise in professional sports.
They've won more than 7 in 10 years. The Fitzpatrick was the last time they won more than 7, too.
Unbelievable. Right. That's right. And if that's disaster in Buffalo with Tyrod Taylor as the quarterback, of course.
Yep. Burkinator checks in. He gets 2 raffle tickets for this. We're giving away a signed Keyshawn jersey for those just tuning in. My wife and kids were jumping around screaming. They looked at me sitting there like a stump with no emotions. They called me negative. I knew better.
What did his wife say to him after they lost the game again? Did he say that? Did he give you the answer to that? Did he tell her I told you so?
Let us know what you said, Burkinator. He followed up and says, Donnie Abraham was good too as far as Jets go.
Oh, talk about his secondary?
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, let's not get he wasn't in the class of those other guys. Come on. Give me a break.
Let's see. Dan checks in. I met Dan in person yesterday down in Tampa. Joe, how would you feel if McDonald had went down at the 10-yard line?
Better. I think they had a better chance to win. I honestly, I think, maybe I would have got upset in the moment, but I think I would have said, well, you know what? Okay, now let's go win the game.
You know why he didn't do that, though? Like, there's just no way he's thinking about that.
He wasn't going to do it. I wouldn't expect him to do it. He had a chance to score a touchdown and all of that. He's not thinking that. I understand that. But that's what I was thinking. And that's what every Jet fan was probably thinking once. You knew there was no way they were going to win that game. You knew all they needed a field goal. They were going to kick the field goal. The defense was never stopping them. Never.
Give us your thoughts on the Giants 0-3 start as well. Do you think they go to Dart in the near future here? The fans are booing Russell Wilson last night.
I think the Dart era starts very soon. Maybe next week against the Chargers. Maybe. I don't know. Soon. And look, there was no way they were beating the Chiefs. The Chiefs were not starting 0-3. I mean, come on. I mean, that was a sucker bet if you took the points with the Giants last night. Let's be honest.
You know what it is, too? It's just as bad as, the Giants have been, I always think about the fact that everyone can't stand Brian Dable. They want to run him out of town now. He went to the playoffs a couple of years ago and won a playoff game. They accidentally won 9 games.
How about Daniel Jones? I mean, how about that?
He looked good.
The Colts are 3-0. Daniel Jones is killing it with Indy. I mean, you got to be kidding, right?
I think they punted once all year. You can't make it up.
Did they actually punt yesterday? I didn't. Okay. I mean, look, these guys, they get away to get out of New York, and all of a sudden they're stars. I mean, look, Daniel Jones never had an offensive line with the Giants. He got the crap beat out of him. I always thought he had an upside, and he's showing it. He's showing it now.
It's truly unreal. Last chance to get your question or comment read by Joe. Anything else stand out to you in the NFL so far? A couple of weeks in, we got a game tonight with the Lions and the Ravens, which should be very good.
Good game, yeah. Anything really stand out to me so far? I mean, I don't think there's anything outrageous that's standing out. You knew the Eagles were going to be good. They had a nice comeback win yesterday. They were down like 26-7 to the Rams.
Joe, they won 19 of their last 20 games. Could you imagine the Jets ever winning 19 of 20?
I can't even fathom that. They're clearly the team to beat. We'll see what happens with Buffalo. Everybody loves Josh Allen. He's still got to win. Don't discount Patrick Mahomes. You do that at your own peril with Mahomes. I still got to see the Ravens and Lamar win the big game, a big game in the playoffs. I don't know. Nothing else is really, Tampa's a good team. They're in a terrible division. Division stinks. Tampa's going to run away with that division. And Baker Mayfield, to me, we should have signed him years ago. I mean, I love him. He's got the biggest, balls in football. He really does. He's a tremendous player. And how Cleveland ever let him go, what a mistake that was.
It's amazing. And
that's why the Browns are right there with the Jets. But they did win yesterday, so.
An upset. You're allowed to win as an underdog. Who knew?
They beat the Packers. I know. It's unbelievable. It really is.
Joe.
That's about it. That's it, man. And now we got And now to all my fellow Met fans, man.
Do the Mets make the playoffs, Joe? Do they find a way to still get in?
No, I don't think so. I really don't.
Really?
You got 3 games with the Cubs coming off a 4-game sweep at the hands of Cincinnati. You know, they think they're winning all. They're going to win 1 game in Chicago, and then they play the Marlins, who've killed them. We talked about that. Here's the thing with the Mets. 2 things that I have to see happen in the offseason. Number 1, they got to sign Pete Alonso. And number 2, they got to sign Edwin Diaz. Both of them could opt out. Both of them need to be signed. I need to see both of them be Mets for the rest of their lives. That's it. Everything else, I don't really care. You know, maybe we got lucky with the pitching staff, with the young guys going forward next year. We'll see. But I will say, if we don't make the playoffs, it's time to start breaking up guys. It's time for guys like O'Neill, McNeil, and Nimmo, and even Alvarez, who I don't like him at all. Alvarez, you could get rid of Vientos or Beatty, one of those. They need a change. There's no question about it. But you got to keep the 3 guys. You got to keep Lindor. Obviously, Soto and Lindor are not going anywhere, and you got to sign Alonso. And then you got to sign Diaz. And I will say this, too. Even though I like the guy, they don't make the playoffs. Even though Stearns, to me, is the biggest culprit, I got a feeling Mendoza is going to pay the price with it. And if that happens, I want Carlos Beltran as the manager.
Getting a second chance to be the manager of the Mets.
He got hosed. Like they gave him such a freaking hosing with that, nonsense with the Astros. You know, everybody else is okay. Nobody got on, Jose Altuve. Nobody got on, what's his name, Breckman, right? The third baseman. And now he's with Boston, whatever his name,
yep.
Breckman. Nobody got on him. Carlos Correa, he was okay. Even the manager, what's his name, Hinch, he got away with it too. Cora
did too. Yeah.
All of these guys, right? Everybody got away with it, but Carlos Beltran was a disaster. So he got hosed. He should have been the manager, a couple of years ago. If they let Mendoza go, that's who I want.
I said this to you off air, but I want the audience to hear it. Would this be worse than 2007, 2008 if the Mets don't make the playoffs?
No question, because of the slow bleed it's been, bro. Those years they collapsed at the end, but this year it would. They were 21 games over 500 on June 13th. They're 30. What is it now? 35 and 52 since then. 35 and 52 since then. They've been one of the worst teams in baseball. They have done a slow bleed out giving us a slow bleed out to blow the playoffs this year. It really is unbelievable. It really is. This has been the worst. And I've seen it all, bro. I've seen every year this team's been in existence. I was a 9-year-old kid. And then, again, one of the dumbest decisions I ever made. But, and then becoming a Jet fan 3 years later wasn't so brilliant. But anyway, this is the worst, man.
The Mets are giving you more, though, than the Jets, at least, because you've seen them in the World Series multiple times. You saw championship.
The Mets have not made – the Jets have made the playoffs more than the Mets, You know that, right? I think the Jets have made the playoffs 14 times and the Mets 9. Maybe it's 10.
Really?
9 or 10. Yeah.
But what's better, making the playoffs or at least getting to the World Series? You had 2000, you had 2015. You obviously
but there's been 86. A lot of disasters too, bro. And we got one right now happening. Yep. There's been a lot of bad years, bro. We traded Tom Seaver in 1977. Okay, we let Darryl Strawberry walk in 1990. We let Daniel Murphy walk after you couldn't get him out in the playoffs in the World Series with the Mets. They let him walk to the Nationals. I could go on and on. We traded David Cohn. How did we do that? We traded Rusty Staub for an over-the-hill Mickey Lolich. I know he's hurt now, but we let Zach Wheeler go. I mean, I can go on and on and on. They've never, just like the Jets, they've never made the playoffs more than 2 years in a row. Same as the Jets have never made it more than 2 years in a row. The Mets have never made it more than 2 years in a row.
You want to,
I'm sorry.
You want to keep the pain rolling? Just start naming some bad Jets draft picks. Zach Wilson, Kyle Wilson.
I don't. Vernon Goldstein. Did I ever tell you my old partner, the great Evan Roberts, just for S and G's as they say, you know what they are. Watson giggles. Just for the hell of it, he got me a Vernon Goldstein jersey. Some kid, I don't know, who knows where. Some kid in maybe Somalia is wearing it right now. I have no idea. You know what I mean? Cambodia.
Where's the Aaron Rodgers jersey I got you last year?
Cambodia. I still have the Rodgers jersey, although I won't wear it anymore. I had the naming jersey on. The first 2 games I actually wore Jet T-shirts, right? I wore the jersey, a name it jersey on Sunday. When I go to the Cowboy game, I finally got a Gastineau jersey. So when I go to the Cowboy game in 2 weeks, I'll wear the Gastineau jersey. I don't know who I'm wearing this week. Maybe Don Maynard. I don't know.
Don Maynard's always a great choice.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's always a Jet fan. You can never go wrong if you buy the guys of yesteryear. You're good. Buy a Revis jersey, Wayne Corbett, you're good. Name it, Pennington, Vinny. Those are the only quarterbacks I have, by the way. Revis, Curtis Martin, you're good to go. Don Maynard, you're good. Those are the guys. You can't go wrong. Nick Mangold, DeBrickashaw, you can never go wrong. The guys that are playing now, outside maybe a Garrett Wilson, and I don't even know about Sauce.
Quinnen, I feel like is a good jersey.
Yeah, he is. He's good. So is Quincy, but
yep.
I don't know. Hopefully he's going to play next week. Who knows?
Junior wants to know where your Browning Nagel jersey is.
What a disgrace, Browning Nagel. That Pittsburgh game reminded me a lot of Browning Nagel's first game back in what was the year? 1992. Nagel started it. We played Atlanta.
Still lose. Yeah.
Right. Well, that was the game that just did the great Jason Starovsky, the kicker, missed like 3 field goals. And I think we lost that game 41-38. Everybody was going nuts because Nagel threw for like 370 yards. Oh, man. Broadway Browning. And then we went on to win 4 games the entire year. And Nagel's never to be heard from again.
It's amazing. Joe, hopefully, I guess we'll do this on Tuesday next week, and we're talking about a win for
that's why we got a Monday night game. That's right about it.
At least it's a doubleheader, though. I don't know if you saw that. It's a doubleheader.
Yeah, it's an early start, man. That's
yes.
The best thing about the season with the Jets is all the early starts. All the 1 o'clock games, the 9:30 in the morning London game.
You going to London, Joe? You gonna go have tea over there?
You couldn't pay me enough money to go to freaking London. Don't get me started. You don't want to hear what I have to say about London and the United Kingdom. But we'll leave that, for another, maybe Sid's show, you can hear me say. But we'll leave that alone. But what was I going to say? But no, 9:30 in the morning in London, 7:15 start on Monday Night Football. What's the other game that they have that in Denver? Isn't it Denver?
They're playing Denver and London, yeah.
No. But next Monday night, don't the Broncos play Monday night against somebody? I think so.
I think the Bengals are playing. Why do I
want
to say
Cincinnati? Maybe Bengals. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's the best part of the year. All the early starts. Thank God. That's the best part of being an absolutely horrific football team is that.
We're back where we belong.
Yep. Give me that 1 o'clock Sunday slot every time. I love it. Let the pain in. Let the pain be over by 4:15 in the afternoon. There you go.
It's Bengals at Broncos. So you're right about that. And then Jets 7:15 kickoff for that one. Hopefully a win, Joe. It'd be nice to talk to you after a win one of these days. My God.
That would be nice. From your lips to God's ears, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen,
what else can I say?
Joe B, the host of the Oh the Pain podcast. New episodes out wherever you get your podcast. Check it out on YouTube as well. And Joe's 1,000% right. You can't say you're not the same old Jets until you actually win games. That's the biggest thing. Now, for those of you tuning in late, here's a look at the jersey we are giving away. It's a signed Keyshawn Johnson throwback jersey. So if you want a chance to win, gift channel memberships to enter. And this is the final show to qualify for the raffle for our 3 weekly prizes tomorrow morning. First show of the day, 10 a.m. We're giving away signed Revis football, signed Sauce football, and a signed Wayne Corbett football. Big shout out to everyone who's a Patreon member. Reminder, it's patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. You get access to our Discord. If you were in Tampa this weekend and you want to see all the best photos from the entire weekend, they're littered inside our Discord. So check it out. Thank you to everyone who joins the Patreon and supports me there. You get bonus shows, Discord access, your name added to the intro, 20% off all merch items, and a whole lot more. Going to take plenty of your calls coming up. Phone lines open. If you're watching live right now, make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash that like button if you haven't already. Burkinator, he says, Joe, answering your question, my wife blamed me and my attitude for the loss. Burkinator, I missed this before. I'll make sure I tell Joe what your response was, though. I'll shoot him a text. She's from Brazil, only a fan for a decade. She doesn't understand. Love you, Joe. You're the man. I will make sure that we send this to Joe. I'm sorry I missed this live, Burkinator, but that's great. Yeah, I mean, look, once upon a time, I was too positive, people would say. I think I'm just a realist. You knew. If you're a real Jet fan like me, Joe, Burkinator, you knew that when McDonald made that unbelievable play, there was too much time left. that the defense was not going to be able to get a stop. And we're not rooting to be right. I'd love to be wrong. But they haven't gotten a big stop all year. Week 1, remember the Jets had the fumble with Gibson, and then Rodgers throws a touchdown, and they're trailing? The offense goes right down the field. They score. Retake the lead. What does the defense do? Gives it right back. Week 2, they were never ready to play. And yesterday, they needed 14 penalties and a banged-up Bucs offensive line, and Mike Evans getting hurt in the game to have a chance. Not to mention the miracle, heroic effort by what we saw from Will McDonald. It's not good enough, man. Win games, though, right? Look at the upcoming schedule. All these games are winnable. So for those saying, it's only 3 games, it's too early to say anything bad, okay, then go win a bunch of games in a row here. Can you go 4-2 over your next 6? Is that crazy? I mean, saying it out loud, I feel crazy suggesting it, but like the people tell me that this team is going to be so well coached and why I was too negative for saying they were only going to win 6 games this year. I might have been too high on my assessment. Right? Like, win games. That's all we want to see. Eli Betts has gifted 5 channel memberships. Eli, thank you very much. You're the man. If you got a membership from Eli, make sure you thank him. NYC to SRQ. Moneybags Mike, who won $700 in the raffle at the party on Saturday down in Tampa. Or you could buy a God Help Us jersey, he suggests. I did see someone having a God Help Us jersey at the game yesterday. Eric Greco, thanks for the super chat here. If you meant to attach a question, write it in, and I'll look for it. Angelo Philippopoulos. I think I might have said that correct. You're in the raffle, 401. All right, let's open it up to your calls. First up today on the Gus Buster Umbrella Hotline is a disgruntled Met Jet fan, the Hamburger. Burger, how are you?
Not good, man. I was at the game yesterday with my family, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching a block punt for a kick return for a touchdown. And it was about 4 or 5 minutes after the play happened that the Mets decided to put that up on the board. And as that happened, within like 30 seconds later, the Jets had lost the game. So, and meanwhile, everybody's cheering and happening, and I'm looking at my phone watching the Jets lose. And then the Mets lose 5 minutes later. So it's just, it just doesn't end. But besides that, I know a lot of people in the chat are calling me crazy, but listen, and what I wrote before, the team shows you who they are, believe it. Because this team right now, the defense sucks. The offense takes forever to get going. Yeah, we had week 1 that, it was a great game for offensively, but let's be real. This team sucks. Like, flat out sucks. The coaching staff is not doing their job. They suck. So you can sit back and say Aaron Glenn's the future, but for me right now, what I look at is shit. That's all I see is shit. This team is if they draft a quarterback now, just be ready for another 4 years of waiting and praying on a new coach. I mean, it starts with the franchise, the top of the franchise down. Do the Chiefs have bad years like this? No. Do any of the other teams that make it every year have bad years like this? No. They come from ownership, from down. And this is what we get again. We talked about it before we picked the head coach. We need experience. We need somebody that has had to change the organization. Instead, we got a bunch of rookies that really don't know what the hell they're doing. And then that's honest. You can sugarcoat it. Oh, we're going to win 3. Look, be prepared to win 2 games max this year. My 5-7, that's out the window. I have no aspirations for this team whatsoever. You can call me crazy. You can say I'm a naysayer. You can say, oh, how can you not believe in Aaron Glenn? Because I don't. I see what I see right now, and it's atrocious. You can be a hopeful Jet fan, and I appreciate that, and I get it because I was there. But guess what? I'm not there no more. It's too long of too much crap that we've had to deal with year in, year out. Over and over. Let's believe maybe they can make a run. Maybe they can do this. They're not gonna. That's just the way it is. You can tell me I'm crazy, But we'll see at the end of the year when we're sitting back with 2 wins and we're all clamoring for Aaron Glenn is not the guy. Let's get rid of everybody again. Let's rebuild. Just like this year, it's not really that much of a rebuild. We didn't get rid of a bunch of players. We have mostly the same players from last year, minus Aaron Rodgers and what's his name, the receiver. I can't even think right now. My brain is shot. It's the same team. It's the same team. And it's the same shit. So either A, talent sucks and our talent evaluators suck, and we all suck gauging on who's good and who's not, or it's just another disgraceful coaches here and putting game plans together. I don't know what it is, Jake. What do you think? Do you think I'm nuts? Do you think I'm
I do think no, I think your comments are fair. I think it's a little too early to say that Glenn can't turn it around and be a good coach, though. I don't think we know that just yet.
I get it, but I can't be that believer anymore, dude. I can't.
No,
I can't sit back.
And I'm not a believer either. I'm just trying to be fair to a guy that he's not responsible for the last 15 years.
I understand that, but his interview was atrocious.
It was. And have I not hammered him for that? You know?
Yeah, you have. It's just it's like what we've seen with Salah. It's like Salah reincarnated and Brick. It's the same lines of bullshit. No accountability, nothing. Oh, the defense, they didn't play that. Oh, offense played good. They didn't give up. Fuck you. They gave up. The team sucked. Like, it was there on film. We weren't even close yesterday in that game. If you take away the penalties, we would have gotten blown in. If they had a healthy team, we would have gotten our doors blown in. And what's going to happen Monday? Miami's going to come in and they're going to whoop our ass. Tagovailoa, with his concussion protocol and all, is going to throw the ball down the field, and our defense isn't going to stop shit. That's just the way it's going to be. And I'm not, I can't be hopeful. I can't be wishing, maybe we'll squeeze a few out. Dude, go in, watch the game, and turn it off by halftime, because that's what it's going to be. And unfortunately, that's not what I like, because it's ruining everything else for me in football. Like, it's ruining me betting. It's watching other games, because I can't stomach to watch football right now because they are so bad. So bad. And then I have to deal with the Mets on the other hand. Like, give me a fucking break. And now, thank God, I got F1 and Max Verstappen win. So I get a little bit of fucking happiness. But still, F1 is like a passerby sport for me. It's just, it's bad, man.
Can I give you something that will cheer you up? A stat that you'll be excited about? All right.
Oh, let's hear it.
The Jets are 2-1 if you count moral victories. All right, 2-1, Hamburger. Think of the positives. All right. We're built for this shit, right?
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're shit.
Oh, we're shit. Got it. All right. Hang in there, Hamburger. Hamburger's on like suicide watch. But I think a lot of his anger is also the Mets being lumped into it too. Like, I do feel for the Met Jet fan. I really do. As frustrated as the Yankees have made me this year, and I've screamed and yelled when I've been on ESPN about this, and I think I stand by all of it. It's all fair criticism. The one thing you can never take away from the Yankees is they are in it every year. They are in it, and they give you a chance to watch a team that could legitimately compete for a title every year. Now, that's not good enough, and that can't just be the expectation, and that's it. You're never allowed to be critical of the front office or the manager, etc. But they do at least give me that every year, and I definitely do appreciate that. I also appreciate San Diego Mike trying to get himself a signed Keyshawn Johnson jersey. He just gifted 10 channel memberships, baby. He's playing to win. What?
Hello? You play to win the game.
He's playing to win that signed Keyshawn jersey you see right there. Hey, shout out to everyone who is live in the chat. If you tuned in late, Benigno was on with us in his weekly spot. He'll be on with us next Tuesday, the day after the Jets win a game. Dare I say, is that allowed? Maybe not. Dominic says, I still think it's not an overnight transition to recover from 15 years of trauma and franchise mentality. That's why I'm not out on Glenn just 3 games in. It could be a whole season even. Look, no one could be out on Aaron Glenn 3 games in. That's not fair. He's not responsible for the playoff drought. Can you be critical? And are there some things that are certainly concerning? Absolutely. It's not Robert Saleh's fault that Michael Clemens is on this team. Aaron Glenn made that decision. Or Xavier Gibson cost him a game. That was Aaron Glenn. All right. Michael Clemens being the third edge is not on Robert Saleh or Joe Douglas. That's on Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn not adding to the roster. The fact that they don't have a number 2 wide receiver on this team is an embarrassment. Tyler Johnson, Josh Reynolds, are you serious? That's not on Saleh or Douglas. Or McCagnon and Bowles. Or Adam Gase. Like, there are things you could be critical of. But that doesn't mean that Aaron Glenn can't improve. And he better improve. Otherwise, he won't be here longer than 2 years. We got to win games. Eric, Super Chats. I have 2 Ken O'Brien jerseys. He valid? It's a good question, Eric. Next time Joe's on, we'll bring that up to him. I think Kenny O is incredibly underrated. If you go look at his numbers, he wasn't Marino. Okay, he was a damn good quarterback. Mickey with a Super Chat. Shout out to the hamburger. I feel the same way. We all knew we needed an experienced head coach. This is a wasted season. We're not even developing anyone. I mean, you're developing a coaching staff. We'll find out if they're the right staff or not. We got a better idea. To your point, though, Mickey, it was never being anti-Aaron Glenn. I think a lot of Jet fans like myself and you and a lot of people, we were tired of the first-time head coach learning on the job, especially one with a defensive background. I wanted someone that has done the job before. So everyone talks about Glenn being Parcells. Parcells had 2 rings when he took over the Jets. Glenn's just a disciple of Parcells. He's not Parcells. We hope one day he can be, but he hasn't proven it. They needed someone proven. That was the whole argument in the offseason. But they made their bed. So I'm not going to bring it up every time. But I just want Aaron Glenn to be successful. I want him to win. But I think picking fights with the media or telling us you're not the same old Jets, that's BS, man. You are the same old Jets until you win.
Aaron, when you say we're not the same team, you said in your opening statement, what do you mean? You're not the same team as what?
Well, we're not the same team as what everyone says, same old Jets. These guys are going to fight no matter what the situation is. There's no give up in them. I hate that term. And I really don't know what that term means, but I know this. They're not the same old Jets. All right, so these guys are fighters. I love these guys. And, listen, we know we have work to do. And I said this before. This is not an instant coffee team. All right, this is a team that's going to continue to keep stacking until we get to where we need to get to where we can consistently win these games. And, again, I like where we're at, but I know we have a lot of work to do.
Like, how, man? How are you not the same old Jets? You're 0-3 for the 4th time in the last 7 years. You miss tackles. You're undisciplined. You turn the ball over. You can't force any turnovers. You find ways to lose instead of finding ways to win. What about the Jets is not same old? That's the problem. That's what Glenn's up against. You got to fix it. On what planet are they not the same old Jets? Grinch says, what do I expect him to say? I expect him to say, I appreciate my team's fight and not just quitting and giving up on the game when we were down, but it was unacceptable how we played the first 3 quarters of that game. As someone who was at the game yesterday, they were outclassed for 3 quarters. They were handed a gift in so many different ways to have a chance to win this game, and they still didn't win it. It's very frustrating, man. Mike Perez is up next on our show today. Mike, what do you got for us?
Jake, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How's it going, Jake? Long time no see, brother. How's everything?
I'm hanging in, man. How are you?
Are we all? Jake, I'm going to keep it quick. I still have faith in Glenn. Now, there's one play yesterday that just pissed me off. It was a wheel route or a slant pass to Bucky Irving to the right, and he cut to the left, and like 7 players are chasing him like Pee Wee football.
Yep.
That play annoyed me. Annoyed the hell out of me.
Part of the 19 total missed tackles the Jets had yesterday.
19. And, Jake, I have one question for you. If roles were reversed, for example, and we had 3 offensive tackles off our line that was missing, do we win this game?
Oh, my God. The Jets lose by 30, you know?
Why does this always happen, Jake?
Well, because the Jets aren't properly coached, Mike. That's why. Like, I tweeted yesterday and got so much shit from morons on Twitter. 3 games in, the Jets are a poorly coached team. How are they not? It doesn't mean they're always going to be that way. It doesn't mean they deserve more time. But 3 games in, how are they not a poorly coached team? They were completely unprepared last week because they celebrated a moral victory after week 1, losing to the Steelers anyway. He didn't even win the game. And then yesterday, yes, they showed some fight, but part of the fight was you played the Bucs, who committed 14 penalties and were missing 3 offensive linemen and Mike Evans down the stretch. Like, that was the fight. You got handed a game. You could have, like, they blew the first game. They weren't ready for the second game. And as bad as they played yesterday, they still could have stole the third game. And they're 0-3. Like, I don't want to hear it. They're 0-3.
It's sad. And honestly, I don't want to say believe, because at this point, I think we're all pissed. I want to give Glenn a chance. But he's running my patience with this whole press conference thing. It's pissing me off, and it takes me back to your coworker, Amin, from ESPN, that had that take during the summer about that if he's combative versus the media is going to be an issue. It takes me back to that time during the summer. I don't like his responses, especially to Rich out of everyone. Like, Rich is his biggest supporter in the locker room. I don't like his press conferences at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good look when you're just picking battles for the sake of picking battles. Like, I don't think that helps him. I don't think it, like, and it shows me you care too much about what the media or the fans are saying rather than just focus on coaching the team, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Jake, thanks for taking my call. And honestly, Jake, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. If it wasn't for you and every part of my French, every fucking Jets content creator in YouTube, we deserve so much more, Jake. It is a shame. It's a shame.
I know, Mike. I appreciate you, man. Great call. Love the passion. I mean, I was with 500 listeners over the weekend, man. Between the party and our tailgate, and his fan base is the best. And it's just so disappointing, man. Not that I thought they were going to be good this year, but be fake good. I used to talk about this with my friend Dan all the time. Just be fake good. We know you're not going to win, but the Jets were fake good in 2022. Remember, they were 6-3, 7-4. That's fine. Be relevant in November, December, not evaluation year, which is now the spin zone from the positive Jet fan. It's an evaluation year. It's bullshit. It's a very similar roster to a team a year ago that many people felt was a legitimate contender. But they were the worst coach team in the league. If they had better coaching, they would have won way more games. And it's true. But that doesn't mean that they're getting good coaching this year. The coaching this year might be just as bad. We don't know yet. 3 games in, I'm not encouraged. How could I be? The schedule now softens up. Someone yesterday, Jets Johnny, says you couldn't have expected them to win any of these games. I'm like, what are you talking about? The Browns not win a game yesterday against the Packers? Well, are we allowed to expect the Jets to win this week, or because they're technically 2.5-point underdogs on FanDuel against the Miami Dolphins a week from tonight, we can't expect them to win? When do we get to expect the Jets to win games? When is that allowed? Someone please fill me in. I'd love to know. San Diego Mike in the house. He's gifted 10 channel memberships. Hit it, Aaron Glenn. He's in the raffle for 10. We're giving away a signed Keyshawn Johnson jersey at the end of the show. And then tomorrow on the show, we have our 3 signed footballs that will raffle away when Sabo joins us. We got more memberships flying off the shelves. James checking in. James Villafan gifting 5 channel memberships. Hey now. You got a membership from James. Make sure you thank him. Oregon Jet says this team is undisciplined, unprepared, and poorly coached. Aaron Glenn is complete trash. Well, 3 games in, it's incredibly disappointing. I don't know if Glenn's a bad NFL coach yet, though. I will not go that far. Am I encouraged? No, I'm not. You say, Jake, bet on it. Is Aaron Glenn the head coach that leads the Jets to the playoffs? I'd say probably not. Gun to my head, I had to bet on it. But that's just playing the odds. It's too early for that. Bo checking in. The man won a Garrett Wilson jersey on the first show today. He says, to be fair, 9 of the 19 missed tackles happened on the play Mike Perez described. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic, but damn. Brutal. More calls, shall we? Australian Jets fan. Hello, AJF.
Hey, Jake. Yeah, I've been really disappointed with the coaching as well. And the fact that the defense looks so dysfunctional, I think it's extra frustrating because we all know that we have defensive talent. there's proof that the defense can be solid because Salah got the defense going. Like under him, they actually looked solid, and they've just looked dysfunctional all year. They looked dysfunctional under Ulbrich all last year. I think that if they look dysfunctional against Tua, who's throwing picks left and right, this upcoming week, then there has to be some serious conversations held about Steve Wilkes, like genuine. I don't know. I haven't seen what it's like in New York media, but I'd imagine it should be a pretty big talking point.
Yeah, I mean, Steve Wilkes' defense has been terrible so far, but it's also on the head coach who, one, hired Wilkes, and two, Aaron Glenn's last year in Detroit, they had a ton of injuries, but the defense wasn't good either. So, like, we're going to need to see some improvement there, especially given the opponents you're facing coming up. It's not an excuse to be, this bad defensively. They don't have a turnover yet. They don't have a turnover yet this season. How is that possible? How are you that inept that you can't fall on a fumble by accident?
That frustrated me so much yesterday, seeing that fumble. I'm like, get the damn ball. And I'm like,
the Jets don't recover a fumble.
Didn't get it.
Yeah, the next drive, what happens? Oh, Tyrod strip sack. He fumbles because, of course.
Yeah. And like I was like I said yesterday, I was on a boat. The Wi-Fi was horrendous. I had to get my friend to stream the game to me on Discord because I couldn't load it myself. And after the Jermaine Johnson touchdown, he goes like my friend. He's only just started like following football like this year, so like I'm teaching him about the game and stuff. Not that I know too much, but he goes, "Did that guy just hit the gritty?" After Aaron Glenn went nuts on the sideline, and I didn't know what to tell him. But do you think that clip, the clip could rival the classic Adam Gase photo if it really doesn't work out with Aaron Glenn?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but if the Jets don't end up turning it around with Aaron Glenn, the image of him clapping and then him doing the dance, that's going to be memed a lot. Just like Adam Gase press conference and Salah's like stoic look on the sideline gets memed all the time. Like that's the world we live in. Like that will be the lasting image if they don't turn it around 100%.
Mike took the words out of my mouth. Like I'm just really sick of listening to him talk in press conferences. He's just coming across as, so arrogant, and I feel like he doesn't have the right to be that way when he hasn't proved anything in this league yet, like as a head coach.
You got to win games, man. I mean, he's done nothing to be the way he acts is not an issue if you're winning. It's a problem if you're not. Well, right now they're not. So now that the same people who loved him, his brash personality, and he's giving it back to the media, like they don't like it. So I couldn't agree more. I get it. But like win games, that's it.
You got to back it up, and it's like frustrating because all I have at the moment are the Jets. And week one, I was so excited for the Steelers game. I was counting down the days that week. On Sunday, I was checking the time like, oh, the Jets. And I enjoyed the whole game until the Gibson fumble. And then I'm not even gonna lie, ever since I've just felt completely apathetic, and I blame the Jets. I did like see the upside, but now I've really realized that it's the same old Jets.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would tell you it gets better, but
it doesn't.
The last 15 years, it has not. But we're 2-1 if you count moral victories. So it depends how you want to look at it. I don't know. How do they feel about moral victories in Australia? Corey says, why was Sauce not on the goal line touchdown against Evans? I said it live. It didn't make any sense. I don't get it. I agree with that. I think it's a fair criticism. Didn't make sense to me. Let me tell you about 1v1me. This app is going to change the way that you watch video games. That's right. 1v1me brings the competition of sport to video games. Every single day you can watch and stake on matchups in Madden, NBA 2K, FC, and Call of Duty Search and Destroy. All the games are streamed live. Every match has refs, and the payouts are instant. And these aren't just random online lobbies. They are the best players in the scene. Pros, streamers, and rivals with seasoned playoffs and the championship game on the line. Every game matters. Over $100 million has already been paid out on the app, and the community is growing fast. you're a sports fan, a gamer, or just someone who loves having a little extra on the line, 1v1 me is where you need to be. It's not just about winning. It's about bragging rights too. Every match has a chat going crazy, and you could back your pick in real time. Download today. Use code Asman. Your first stake on the app is risk-free. That's code Asman for a risk-free first stake. Click the link in the description and download 1v1 me today. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello right now to the champ.
The only thing better than Alden shoes is Joey D, cause he totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy.
Jake, my brother.
Mr. Bonesy.
Oh boy. Does it feel terrible today? I mean, I'm the biggest. I'm not giving up on Glenn yet. It's too early to do that. But the one thing you are going to start questioning right away from me is his decision making, through the draft process, through bringing in Steve Wilks. I'm sick of watching Wilks already. I mean, I feel like a whiny, crying Jet fan because I was complaining during the Salah time that we weren't blitzing enough, and now with Wilks, it's like, bro. There is a minute left in the game, and you are doing a zero blitz and letting a screen pass without a Buka is 50%. Evans just went down. They don't have Godwin. They got 3 street offensive linemen, and you're going to let a screen pass go for 20-something yards. You're going to let Clemens obviously not hold the contain and let Baker scramble for 30 yards. And that's it. It's disgusting to watch. The excitement was there in terms of Will McDonald's incredible play. Sucks we can't celebrate it, but I'm already just like, I'm so defeated. If we didn't have 14 penalties to help guide us there, we wouldn't even been in the game. We still can't get a turnover. Our secondary, now Quincy's down. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of these players were built for and drafted for Salah's scheme in terms of how they ran things. Because you're seeing players like Michael Carter, who has been fantastic his whole career, just not getting it done. It's just weird to see players like that. Seeing Sauce get beat on simple, cross plays. And I'm really down. Down.
That's true. Like a guy like Sherwood, I didn't think he was bad yesterday. Probably had his best game with a 3 by far. Like, why'd they pay him? That was their decision to pay him. They didn't have to pay him. Like, I would have been upset in real time, but if they had a sensible plan and, in hindsight, we would have said, okay. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think they're well coached right now. And I was told by all the people telling me that, it's going to be different with Glenn because they're going to be properly coached for once. The Peter Castros of the world were winning 11 games. JJ, Fields, Ring of Honor. It's like, I'm not seeing any of that. They're 0-3. And they've gone out there and they have looked like the same old Jets through 3 games.
And the worst part about everything is that we just had a game where, 2 games so far, because Fields did play incredible, his best game ever in our first game. But we've had 2 games where we haven't lost because of the quarterback play. Yeah, the Bills game, you saw. Buffalo, which has a terrible run D, just blitzed us all game in the run game, literally said, dared Justin Fields to play quarterback, and he couldn't, right? Now we just got a game where Fields wasn't in there. And
hi, Mr. Bonesy. It's me, Bobby Midnight.
No, I don't think it's either, though. I think it's just a customer. You guys still open? No, we're closed, man. I'm on Jake's show, baby. But no. So we just had another game where we didn't even have to really complain about the quarterback. We had a manageable quarterback, and he got it done when he had to. Tyrod didn't play a great game, but he wasn't the reason why we lost. And we have a whole.
It wasn't the only reason. The pick 6 though was brutal, dude. I mean, it was 13-6 right before halftime. That pick. It made it like almost impossible for them to come back. Now they did, but it took a miracle, and they still lost. But that pick was brutal.
But unfortunately, if this was Fields at quarterback, we would have lost 23-6.
So do you want Fields to start next week? Because Joe B does. You're not a Fields guy.
I personally, I'm not a Fields guy. I think that we have a long road. What?
Joe Bonesy, what's going on, man?
I don't know. I haven't called.
Your brother needs the vent right now. He's down bad.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, we're all down bad. I'm nervous that all these complaints we have right now is about the defense and coaching and things like that and penalties. Wait till the complaints are our quarterback can't go to his second read. He gets on his first read. He can't play the position. Like, those are going to be our next complaints, where it's just like you're bashing your head against the wall. But that's all I got, Jake. It's 6:00. We're out of here. I got nothing, man. I'm starting to question everything. Glenn's been telling me, especially since he made the big decision of not bringing back my boy Rodgers and going with Fields. And I believed him. I said, all right, I'm going to take your word for it. And I'm paying for it. So,
Bonesy, can I give you something positive at least?
Give me something.
2-1 in moral victories. We have that. Like, if you look at the AFC standings by moral victories, we're tied with the Bills with a 2-1 record. All right. Sean says, please play the Glenn video again. There you go, Sean. I make dreams around here. Neil with a super chat. He's in for 2. Neil saying, I wanted Daniel Jones over Fields and got laughed at. How did you like that 4th and 1 up the middle to Braylon Allen and tackled by Reddick? I thought Reddick was going to get a sack, Neil. But I kind of was right. You knew he'd make some sort of play, and it was on the 4th and 1. Yeah, I mean, how did I like it? Brutal. I kind of just chuckled sitting there. I really did. I mean, it's a joke. I can't take it anymore. I just want to win, man. 0-3 for the 4th time in the last 7 seasons. It's unreal, man. 5th loss since the start of last season when leading in the final 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. Island Penguin says, hey, Jake, if we get 10 moral victories this year, do you think we could fast forward to next season? That'd be nice, huh? GMB says, I don't understand the people on Twitter that talk bad about Jake, saying he's a bad look for our fan base. I've been here before anyone, and the hate Jake gets is not right. He's always been keeping it 100. The hate I've gotten the last couple of days is most I've ever gotten in my life. It's wild. I had to mute my notifications on Twitter. I've been getting abused online. I really don't know why. What am I saying that people could disagree with? How is it not the same old? Like, what? Someone call in and tell me why I'm wrong for feeling the way I am. Believe me, I'd love to know. It's amazing. Honestly, I'm like baffled by it. Bo writes in, AG mistakes. And it's so funny. The people that complain the most about me watch this show all the time. So this is for you, to those people. Anyway, AG mistakes, Gibson, Clemens, 2-point conversions, Allen, 4th down dives, Reynolds in his press conference answers. And now we need to ask ourselves, what could be fixed from those obvious mistakes? I mean, these to me are things that we as fans know were mistakes in real time. Gibson, Clemens on the team from the beginning was a bad job by the staff in the front office. Arian Smith was 2nd in playing time yesterday, besides Garrett, among receivers. He's a day 3 pick. Developmental guy. He shouldn't be playing that much. They have no one else. He's obviously better than Lazard. He's better than Tyler Johnson. Great hands he showed yesterday. Like, it's baffling to me, man. James gifting another membership. He is in the raffle for 1. All right, let's get to your calls, rapid fire style, before we wrap here. Ladies and gentlemen, up next is a man who will take us into hyperdrive.
If Mad Max ain't yapping about jets, that boy, he's jamming. He's slamming, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stopped yapping, that boy, he still be dancing.
Mad Max, are you there? Wow, this is a bigger letdown than the Jets not winning after the McDonald play. Thank you, Mad Max, for nothing. Jetaholic, you're next.
What's up, Jake?
What's up, man?
Man, when does it end?
Never.
Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. Like,
just keep clapping, man. That's it.
Yeah, you know what? The thing with Glenn, I love the emotion because I'll be the first to admit I hated the stoicness from Salah. So I do love the emotion from Glenn. However, the stuff he's saying in the press conference, we're not the same old Jets. Okay, you are. You lost. The same old Jets find a way to lose. And that game, just like you said earlier, is the perfect example of what it's like being a Jets fan. The highest of highs immediately followed by the lowest of lows before you could even enjoy it.
It's well said, Jetaholic.
Like,
it's well said.
I just don't.
The only way it changes is if they win. You're spot on. The only way any of this changes is if they win games. We're all rooting for Aaron Glenn, but it's laughable to try and act like you're taking over an expansion team. Oh, I know it's going to turn. Big ships take a while to turn, and the instant coffee line and talking about Legos. It's like, that's what Salah did when he first got here. You're no different if you're going to say quotes like that. It was supposed to be different based on how you handle training camp and you cut Gibson, you're holding guys accountable, but Michael Clemens is still out there making baffling mistakes and not being reprimanded for it. They missed 19 tackles yesterday. They blew a lead in the fourth quarter. These are all things that Salah and Ulbrich did too. So you can't say you're not the same old Jets yet. That's just a losing fight. Win games, then you won't be the same old Jets. Make the playoffs. I'm going to try this guy one more time, but if he's not there, he's dead to all of us.
What do you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Oh, we hear you, man, Max. Let it rip.
Oh, man. So the first 3 quarters was terrible. Like, we played horrible. And then the final quarter, at least they showed some heart. But, it was a little too late. I don't think we deserved to win the game necessarily. Like, we played horrible in the first 3 quarters. Tyra had a bad interception on Jamel Dean, And fourth quarter, we did go for 2.
Oh, no. Oh, no, Mad Max. What is happening, Mad Max?
But, like, in my opinion,
Mad Max, no. No, Mad Max. No.
JETS. All right, let's go.
Thank you, Mad Max. We tried. Wasn't meant to be. Let's go to Bobby Midnight. He's next. Hey, Bobby. Bob, you there?
Yeah, I'm at the bathroom. Hold on a minute.
Number 1 or 2?
I had to pay my board bill.
Oh.
That means number 1. I've been drinking tons of water.
Whenever you're ready, Bob.
I'm ready right now. So how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
How was your trip back from Florida?
You're moving well, Bob. Well done.
Yeah, you guys see me down October 19th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all ready for that. So, how was your trip back to New York?
It was magical. I got up early.
Yeah.
I took a plane.
Yep.
Then I took public transit. Then I got home.
Okay, Uber you took?
No, I said public transit.
Oh, like a bus then.
No. Keep going.
Train.
Okay, guess my exact route. What did I do?
I don't know.
I took multiple trains. What do you think I did?
Yeah, I know, because you gotta get off at a train to get.
I took the air train to Jamaica. Then I took the Long Island Railroad to Penn Station. Then I took the subway. I was using public transit all morning.
Well, that's good. At least you cut down on the stuff in the air. So we had our show yesterday. Me and Mike were on together.
What did Mikey think of the defeat?
Oh, wait a minute. First of all, you know what he did?
What did he do?
He was saying block the kick, the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right about blocking the field goal.
Now, does he typically say that before every kick?
No, this one, no, he did not. This is the one that he wanted.
So he had a feeling. He had a Mikey Midnight feel.
Yeah, it was 20-something field goal that they blocked.
Was Mikey a wizard? I heard someone ask that in the chat.
One time he predicted something that happened in wrestling a long time ago.
Abracadabra.
And McDonald, we was doing patty cake when he did it. Oh, McDonald had a farm. So I think they should get rid of Clemens. Oh, he sucks. But wasn't that a penalty or not when they said he grabbed the face mask? It looked like he didn't.
It was close, but guess who's never going to get the benefit of a close call?
Oh, Mike Clemens. For sure. Or the Bakerfield?
No, Michael Clemens is never going to get the benefit of the doubt from an official.
Yeah, because he cheats a lot. We should get rid of his ass.
Hey, Leon says, what a revolutionary opinion you have.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I like talking. I don't like typing. So
I see.
Yeah, I don't like to type. So,
any other thoughts?
I went to my doctor's today.
Oh, yeah? Your prostate exam?
Oh, I got to get the other stuff. Colonoscopy.
A colonoscopy?
I'm not looking for it. I have
yeah.
an appointment for that, Oh, my God. Then I had my blood taken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually I'm a bad stick because I'm a diabetic, right? So this girl, her name was Courtney. She gave it to me.
Uh-huh.
She did one shot, right? One time. Not like...
Calm your freaky down.
Hey, take it easy. It's a family show.
I know, but she gave me the needle. So she took 9 vials out of my arm.
9?
Yeah, the blood was flowing today. And then my A1C is 8. 8. It's better than a 10. 10 was the last time. So
San Diego Mike says this is actually making me want to go back to Jets talk.
Okay, well, you behave yourself. I was trying to tell Jake something. You mind your own business, okay?
Hey, Bob, hang in there, all right? I do have something to motivate you. You ready?
Yeah, okay, this one. J-O-B, job.
Get a job this week, Bobby, I believe.
I know, I believe in myself, too. I'm trying every day, Jake.
Keep going, Bob, I believe.
J-O-B, job.
Bobby Midnight to get a job. Ladies and gentlemen, our next caller, Paper Bag Mike.
Quinnen gets the sack. Oh, Baker goes down. I got a plan to fix our defense. You ready?
And that plan is, yes.
All right. You bench Cisco because he sucks. I don't care what anybody says. That guy sucks. But you put Stevens at safety with Moore, and then you bring A.Z. Thomas as cornerback too. At least he can make plays on the ball or something different instead of Stevens just getting killed. So let's make that happen.
So you want Stevens to move the safety. I think eventually they will try that. I just don't know if they're ready to make that big of a move.
We have to make that big of a move because he's getting
I do think A.Z. Thomas should play this week. I would start him.
A.Z. Thomas needs to play, man. He's got to play. We spent a 3rd-round pick on this kid.
Yeah, and he came in and made a play right away. I think he actually graded out as the Jets' best defender yesterday. It's limited sample size, but I'd play him. I mean, they're playing the Dolphins who throw the ball. They got good receivers, so I'm in.
We got to do something because the way it is now, the Dolphins are going to be running all over us, throwing, I don't understand why we can't even pick up a blitz until the 4th quarter and figure shit out, man. It's going to be easy. Bring down the same shit every week because we suck. I can't take it anymore. I'm going crazy. I'm going nuts. We got to make changes. Please help us. Please.
Can I give you some positive news at least? Something?
Yes.
2-1 in moral victories.
2-1.
I mean, come on, man. Moral victories. We don't laugh, we'll cry.
If the season ended today, we'd make the imaginary playoffs.
If the season ended today, I honestly think the Jets would be the favorites in the imaginary playoffs.
Yeah, I think so too. Listen, Mike Perez before, I think he was talking about what was he? I think I'm losing my place.
Mike Perez, you forget what he was talking about.
Yes,
he was just very angry about the game. Probably talked about the Jets. Probably mentioned Aaron Glenn at some point.
And maybe the dance. I don't know. I'm kind of losing my. I might be getting foggy in my old age, Jake.
I'll tell you what, Kyle. Happens to the best of us, and the Jets have certainly given you plenty of reasons to want to forget a lot.
Yeah, I'm a little shook. I'm not going to lie. And after yesterday's performance, I don't know why you wouldn't be.
Hey, when in doubt, you can always go to the Lane question. How do you feel about the Jets?
I don't feel so good. It's true. I don't feel so good. But I think that you and Joe were kind of seizing on it before. Like this whole act with Glenn is going to wear very thin, very fast.
It's going to expedite his exit if he doesn't turn it around quicker. That's what it does.
Because his whole thing was, I came in here, I know this place, I know this team, I know this market. And he's totally acting like he doesn't know this team or this market or what he can't be shocked that after 3 games, with one pathetic showing and 2 crushing defeats where we were in it, that same old Jets is coming out of the woodwork. He can't be shocked by that. He was here long enough to know. It's just a little frustrating that I want to see concrete moves in-house to kind of make the team better and more competitive on the week-to-week. We're not going to go out to the market and trade for anyone at 0-3 or bring in anyone off the street, but and that's the same reason why we need to see Fields. We need to see the Fields experiment to its completion just to see if there's anything there, whether he's a backup for next year, that whole 9 yards. But I don't think that there was ever any chance that we were, to Bonesy's point, that we were ever going to bring Rodgers back, because I think we're proving that we weren't as close as we thought we were, and any coach or regime that's going to come in is going to want to start with the blank slate. So, yeah, I mean, I get everyone's frustration. Poor Hamburger is down in the dumps. I think we all are. I think that we really have to give Glenn one more game against this division opponent that is also a team that we should be able to beat. And see how we do there before we hit the panic button. If we are a total no-show against the Dolphins, that is a bad indicator for the Aaron Glenn regime.
I look forward to the spin if they no-show against another 0-3 team. That cannot happen. That will be. I mean, I don't even want to go down where we'd be going down if that happens.
So in the interim, I'm going to turn my attention to my new favorite college team. Go Navy. Talk to you soon, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Kyle Clifton.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're shit.
So how about this for a comment here? It shows you someone is just not paying attention to the show. Lou says, Jake Asman needs to stop pretending he wasn't the biggest Zach Wilson shill on YouTube. I've said many times that I used to be accused of being a Zach Wilson truther because I wanted to be patient. And in his second year, when they were winning games, he wasn't playing well. I'm like, at least they're winning games. He's not turning it over. Like, he's going to get better. Like, I was trying to find ways to be positive and support a guy that we used the second pick on, that I knew that if he didn't work out, it was going to set the franchise back, which is exactly what ultimately happened because they tried the quick fix for Rodgers. Same old Jets. We get no luck. He ruptures his Achilles on play 4, and now we're in the shit that never ends. Right? But I also then pivoted and was fairly critical of Zach when it was time to move on, when it was obvious he wasn't the guy, when it was obvious that we no longer could justify growing pains or, oh, he's a young quarterback trying to figure So new information changes your opinion. So yeah, I've had different opinions that have ended up being wrong, but guess what? At the time I say it, I believe it. I don't just make things up. because I'm a fan first, Lou. And you know what you are? You are, unfortunately, a douche. There's no other way to describe it. We'll see you later.
You get the fuck out.
But it's always funny how, like, I get labeled as the biggest Zach Wilson hater when, like, I was, like, trying to pump the brakes and be positive for a while. I really was. When I have reasons to be positive, I'll be positive. Unfortunately, the Jets are 0-3 for the fourth time in the last 7 years. And our head coach is trying to tell us that they're not the same old Jets. I will not stand for the stupidity of that. Doesn't mean he can't figure it out, but if I'm Jets PR, I'm giving Aaron Glenn some like media training and saying, dude, stop using sour lines. Instant coffee, big ships take a while to turn. It's like building Legos. Shoot me. All right, we'll get back to your calls in a moment here. We got some legends on the line. I received an email earlier that I want to share with the audience. Beast Break here sent me this message. And he wrote to me the following. Quote, what I saw yesterday was embarrassing, sad, out of date, and out of touch. That match was horrible. The first, we looked like we stunk up the ship and didn't bother giving the fans what they wanted, and that pissed me off. This team is very lazy. And why the F is Clemens still there on this team? He's effing disgrace to humanity, even society. The first half, we look like we shot ourselves in the foot and didn't bother taking the bullets out. I don't know if Glenn is sniffing or smoking crack, but he better get his ass in gear and effing move it. I've had enough of the losing. It makes me very sick to my stomach, and it hurts bad enough. Like yesterday, I had a panic attack for 15 minutes. I had to get 2 lidocaine patches. They helped me out, and I will say this. Muji and Glenn have 48 to 72 hours to talk to me. I've had it up to here with losing seasons. Here's my number. Have them call me. I have 2 guys that work with me to put the Jets back up into winning combat. My rules are strike first, strike hard, no mercy. You want to win here? Bust your ass and put it in gear and earn your spot and get off your asses. Now I effing mean it. Jason Allen Storm. P.S. 72 hours. Glenn and Muji, get it together now. Ladies and gentlemen, a strongly worded email from a man they call the Beast.
You can kiss my big, big ass. Woo! Clock is ticking. That's right. Playtime's over. I was sick to my stomach. Yesterday, I had 2 lidocaine patches right here in pain. I lucky for 15 minutes. I was in so much pain, I couldn't take the pressure anymore. Lucky, thank God, those lidocaine patches come handy. I couldn't watch what I saw. It made me so sick to my stomach. I want to run into the bathroom and go, throw up. And then that pick 6, that's when you want to call. Where's that goddamn bag of mine? You know what? Fuck the bag. Hey, here you go. There you go. We want to just put bags on our head. 2 crossed eyes and a sign that just says, we just basically suck. We couldn't put a team together. And Aaron Glenn, you better hear it loud and clear. You got 48 to 72 hours. Get your act together. I got 2 guys that are going to put our team back to work. And we're not playing games anymore. So either shape your shit up or you get the F out.
Hey, Adam wants to know which stomach of yours was hurting.
Left side of the ribs, right towards the rib cage. I want down bad.
Hey, Dylan says if you have patches on your fat, maybe you should get healthy before you watch the Jets.
Hey, Buster, don't get smart with me. Just you watch that, take that step back.
Hey, Frank P wants to know how the Jets scored their last touchdown, Beast.
I don't want to watch it. I don't even want to see it.
Hey, prove to Frank you watched the game.
Enough. It's not enough.
Hey, Beast. Hey, Beast, I'm just going to mute you so I can talk over you. Prove to Frank that you actually watched the game and you know how the Jets scored their last touchdown.
Yeah. The last one was a freaking, what was it? A block kick for the end zone.
There you go. My man. Who had the block kick and touchdown? Who had the block kick and touchdown?
Will McDonald. who I
Yeah.
give a hell of a lot of credit because I'll tell you what, he did something that nobody has had the testicles to do. And what was Aaron Glenn doing? Being a bum. So 48 to 72 hours, give him my number. Have him call me. And you know what I mean by that? Have him call.
Hey, let's do a little, simulation here, all right? I'm calling you. You pick up, but I'm Aaron Glenn. I'm not Jake Asman, all right? Here we go. Ring, ring, ring.
Good afternoon.
This is Beastbreaker.
Good afternoon. How are you?
This is Aaron Glenn, head coach of the Jets.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I saw your work. Not so good. I expected a little better, but unfortunately, the last 3 games. What have I been hearing? And we'll watch tape. That ain't enough, Pally. I've heard a lot of crap in my life, and let me just say, watching the tape and all these promos you're shooting, ain't foot the bill, Pally.
But Beast, we watch tape to prepare for our battle on Sundays.
There's an old saying, that's not enough. That doesn't foot the bill. It's either going to be one or two things. A, you're going to shape up, or B, you're going to ship your ass out. Playtime is over.
Now, Beast, did you like my dance after Will McDonald scored a touchdown? I was moving pretty good. You don't think so?
The dumbest thing you could ever do. If you want to be a male cheerleader and act like an idiot.
You think I'm a male cheerleader? I'm an NFL head coach, damn it. I'm the head coach of the Jets. You're in an attic. You're in an attic all day, buddy boy. I'm the head coach of the Jets.
The only thing I'm seeing from you lately is a lot of smoke. Let's play retrospect here. I've been watching you for.
I've seen my penis recently. You haven't.
Sure.
I'm the head coach of the Jets.
Let me just tell you something. You're not Ric Flair, buddy boy. There's only room for one, and you basically.
I'm Aaron Glenn. I'm built for this shit. You're in an attic.
Really? Really? You know what's funny? You know what's funny about you? The only thing that you can say is that you're built for shit. You basically have known how to shit the bed.
Yeah, but did you see me clap yesterday, buddy boy? You see that clapping? That's power. That's man strength. I'm Aaron Glenn. I'm the head coach of the Jets.
Oh, shit. You know what I've heard before? Quit pissing on my leg and acting like it's raining because there's an old saying. If you can't turn this team around or foot the bill, either get the hell off my TV screen or go back to Detroit.
I bet you can't dance as well as I danced yesterday. You can't move like that.
I've done more with my body than you could have done.
No chance. No chance. I'm Aaron Glenn, head coach of the Jets. I'm challenging you to a dance-off, Jason Allen Storm.
Hey, Buster. Let me give you a little history lesson. I got 2 grandkids.
My name's not Buster. My name is Aaron Glenn, head coach of the Jets.
So, either shape your crap up with me, or you'll be seeing this. Your old saying. Let me give you a little hint. When you're NWO, you're NWO for life.
Hey, buddy, it's 2025. I'm Aaron Glenn. I'm head coach of the Jets. You spray your wizard spray because you're a wizard.
Either you must be on.
I was playing in the NFL when you were in Hogwarts, buddy boy.
I could smoke more ganja than you. I could cook more sausage than you.
You can't dance better than me. You can't dance better than me. I got my touchdown dance. What have you done? What have you done?
Right here.
All right, I'll pass along the information, Beast. I think that was good. I think you're ready for a call from head coach Aaron Glenn. Big Country checks in with a super chat. Monday will tell us who we really are. Thanks for what you do, Jake. I mean, if they play a competitive game and lose to the Dolphins, if people dare to try and argue more of it, I swear to God, they need to win a football game. Big Country says Beast putting on a white blanket on your head. Talking about, yeah, I was thinking that too. Not gonna lie. Burkinator says, Beast, are you sure it was a lidocaine patch and not a nipple pasty? Ryan McCarthy checks in. If the Jets win on Monday night, we'll Beast you the Aaron Glenn celebration dance on Tuesday morning and clap afterwards. Hey, Beast, will you give us a little AJ? There it is. Yeah.
You know what this is? The old bushwhack going, yeah! That's the old Luke and Butch from the Bushwhackers. Yeah, for all you old schoolers, the nobody gives a shit.
Beast, thank you. All right, home stretch of calls here. There's maybe only one guy on the line that will give us a chance to follow up that call. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Hi, I'm Charles, and I'm going to talk about Spider-Man and movies and sports and video games and maybe hot chicks.
Hello, Jake Asman.
Hello, Charles Gorman.
Look, I know every Jet fan on the planet right now is very disappointed with Aaron Glenn, and they should be. But I'm not giving on him just yet. I'm giving him the entire year. If he doesn't show any sign of progression or promise as a coach until the end of the year, then we'll know for sure who we have as a coach. Obviously, Sunday night, yesterday was a roller coaster. First 3 quarters, we played like shit. Fourth quarter, we looked like we were going to pull it off, and then they kicked the game-winning field goal. Listen, obviously, I didn't think Tyrod played that bad. I thought he played a respectable game. Threw close to 200 yards, but obviously there's no such thing as moral victories. Although, as you would say, Jake, we're 2-1 in moral victories.
2-1 and tied with the Bills for first place in the AFC East in the moral victories category.
Yeah. But so far, I would say the one disappointing thing that disappoints me the most about this team is the defense. I mean, Steve Wilkes, who a lot of Jet fans, including myself, wanted to be our defensive coordinator, he's done a terrible job. I mean, coaching the defense, developing the defense, scheming guys up. He's done a terrible job in that regard. I mean, we had 19 missed tackles yesterday, and none of them, according from what I remember, came on one play. That's terrible.
Now, let me ask you something, Charles. When you saw Aaron Glenn dancing, were you like, I could do that too?
I wasn't really caring about that. I mean, I'm happy we scored. I'm glad, like Will McDonald, I think he's one of the best players we have on our defense. Along with Quinnen and Quincy, who hopefully is able to play this Monday night against the upcoming Monday night against the Dolphins. But we shall see, man. We shall see. My dad and I, we looked at the schedule for the next 14 games, and 8 of the next. Yes, my father.
Your father, Dennis Gorman?
8 of the next 10 games seem winnable. The Dolphins is a winnable game. Cincinnati's a much different team without Burrow. Dallas, their defense isn't that much better than ours. So we'll see Carolina, even though they blew the doors off of Atlanta yesterday, in fact. So we shall see. Look, I know Hamburger's very upset, and he has every right to be upset.
Hey, Charles, I had a hamburger for dinner last night.
That's wonderful, Jake. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
I know a lot of us came here with a bit of optimism, and lately, as you said, 4 in the last 7 years, we started 0-3. So I'm not giving up yet. It sucks being a Jet fan. Hell, it sucks being a Giant fan too for all the Giant fans out there. But
I had cheese on the burger. JD and Nick Shine, they were curious, Charles.
So we'll see what happens. I feel Purple Belt Mike's Payne, or does he go by Paper Bag Mike now? That's what I've heard. So look, what we need to do is just right now, just don't go on suicide watch just yet. Just be calm and collective. Be as patient as you could possibly be. I know a lot of Jet fans have pretty much given up on the season, which it is what it is. But I'm not giving up yet. Hopefully we pull out a victory versus the Dolphins on Monday, and hopefully we don't show up flat.
Now, Charles, what are your thoughts on Dave Briga being the life of the party Saturday night?
I wasn't there on Saturday night.
Well, what are your thoughts on the fact that people were coming up to him saying that We love what you're doing, trying to get Charles motivated to get a job.
Well, I have a job interview this Thursday, so it is what it is.
Dave Brigger will stop on nothing until you get a job. In fact, he wrote in during this call, no job update. So there you go. There's an update.
Dave Brigger, I've been very disappointed with some of your comments you made towards me a while ago. But I appreciate your concern for me, but I have a job interview this Thursday, which I told
J-O-B, job.
which I told you about a while ago, last week, if I'm not mistaken.
You did, but you haven't called in, so this is the first time we've discussed it.
Oh, that's right. So hopefully I get employed.
Tell us about the job interview, Charles. Let's get you prepared for it.
It's going to be in person at the Burlington near the ShopRite in Woodbridge.
The old ShopRite in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Okay.
Yes, they just opened up on the 12th last week. On the 12th? Shit. Yeah, it was
They just
12th, my bad.
opened, and they're looking for employees, and they think you potentially are the missing piece to their operation.
Yes.
I like it. Hey, also, achievement gets you women. I mean, look at Dave Brigger here.
Yes, with all those fine women, yes.
They were all ready to go home with Dave Brigger that night, and Dave said, ladies, come on now. I'm Dave Brigger. What are your thoughts?
No comment.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have a job interview this Thursday. I sent them a copy of my resume, so things should be good.
The one that I updated on ChatGPT for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Have a good day, Jake.
Charles, you have a great day. We love you, Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, there he goes. The Charles Gorman.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that Glowski takes steroids. Give me some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Sing it this way, Charles!
By the way, speaking of Tampa, shout out to Jerry Jett, who I finally got to meet in person and see the Asmaniac tattoo up close. Unbelievable. Couple super chats here. Reminder, show's wrapping up soon. Trying to make everyone's day a little better. We got a sick giveaway today. Signed Keyshawn jersey coming up. Tomorrow, we got the 3 footballs. So we got a few calls left. Robin Boy says, does Beast know the name of either of yesterday's quarterbacks? Hey, Beast, who started that quarterback for the Jets? Who started that quarterback for the Bucs?
Hold on. What did you say there, Chief? I'm eating a salad. I've got myself a nice one the other day.
Whoa. You're eating a salad?
What does this look like to you?
What's in the salad?
Oh, let's see. Chow mein noodles, chicken, some little bit of salami, some good old-fashioned
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Beastbreaker is eating his first ever salad, folks. Hell yeah.
So, Gary, eat more salads, man. You know why? There's roughage in this. Some good stuff. You can't stand the heat? Hey, Harry Truman once said these words. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen.
Now they're saying that that's not actually a salad here. A couple comments for you to respond to. PBM says it's not a salad.
Straight. You know what?
Dana says, how the hell is that a salad with no green in it? New Q, the unhealthiest salad. Eli says that's not a salad. Leon says Beast eating a cheeseburger salad. Where's the green?
The green is in it. You don't see?
No, show us the bowl. I don't see any green.
You're all not trying. You're all not trying. It's all
I don't see any green. Where's the green?
There's the green.
Amanda says Beast is the pinnacle of health with his salad. I didn't hear one veggie named.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of veggies in here. Take a look around.
Jay Quest says below name.
They got 72 hours to give me a call. Now go to the next caller. I'm gonna
No. I want to talk more about your fake salad.
Fake salad, my ass. I got time for Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau from the Odd Couple 68.
All right, let's get back to football. Robin wants to know, can you name either of the quarterbacks yesterday?
Tyrod Taylor, he sucked. Couldn't do the job. But the other guy, that former Cleveland quarterback, he whipped our ass. He whipped our ass.
What's his name?
Forgot the guy's name. Right now, I'm trying to eat, and I'm tired. I've had a long day. I'm not in the best of moods about talking about yesterday, because you know what? I don't need another panic attack like yesterday. Lucky I got the lidocaine patches ready to go, because those are heavily medicated.
I don't think the Jets contributed to your panic attack. But wait, the other guy, you were kind of close. You said he used to be in Cleveland. You don't know the quarterback of the Bucs? I thought you watched the game.
I did watch. You want to go see?
What's his first names? Where's he? Where's he going?
Want to see something?
Yeah.
These right here.
These
are very heavily medicated.
I don't think you can blame the Jets for that.
No, what I do is I put these on in case a panic attack starts. That's why these are very heavily medicated. Think about it. And I'm lucky these, and you know how hard these are to get? Not easy to get. Very not easy. Those are like close to thousands of dollars right there. Not as easy to get.
Hey, Dylan says thanks for showing us how unhealthy you are.
Well, Dylan, you want to waste my time blowing smoke at my butt? You know what? Go smoke some ganja. Do something with brain.
Dylan did a lot of that. I had to carry Dylan home Saturday night, Beast. And then the next day, he needed to be revived with some ganja.
Thank you very, very much. Now, enjoy the rest of the day. Hakuna Matata. Enjoy the day. Since we're almost getting to the 2-hour mark, take it away. You're the closing main event. Have a blessed day. And remember.
Hey, Beast, how long is it going to take you to finish that fake salad?
Keep it up. Keep it up. You want to go? What, if you want
I don't want to go.
You want to throw gloves? You want Ric Flair to come out and go, woo!
I want you to come visit New York. Come hang out.
Well, I'll let you know by via, you already know what to do. It's called, yeah.
Can you send me another email in all caps with no punctuation at all?
C.
Okay, thank you.
You'll get your wish. Have a beautiful day. And remember, God loves you. We love you. And always remember, help control the pet population. Remember, have your pets sprayed or neutered. Oh.
We'll see you later, Beast. When he got up and left, that was amazing. Just end the show 10 minutes ago. Somehow here we are, another 2 hours. San Diego Mike, he's the leader with raffle entries. He's got the best chance so far to win, not this email, but this jersey signed by Keyshawn. Hey now. If you got a membership from Mike, thank him. Nick Shine says a Keyshawn jersey. I'm in also. That's not a salad. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch with milk. Spencer Green wants to know when my interview with Charles is. We already had it, and Charles, it was deemed he wasn't a fit for the video editing specifics we needed to get done. Kyle Clifton has remembered his point. He says, I recall now Mike Perez was taking the longtime beat reporters, Rich Samini's side over the head coach. Never a good sign, especially when the Jets are concerned. Yeah, I mean, people love to get on the Jets beat, and a lot of times I think some of the criticism is definitely fair, but some of these questions are totally logical. And Glenn is like snapping and being arrogant or being annoyed. It's like, dude, you're 0-3. You're saying you're not the same old Jets. In what way? These are fair questions. Robin Boy Wonders has entered the raffle for another entry. Thank you, Robin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2 calls left. Cash Money Mike. What's up, Michael?
Hey, Jerk, how you doing? I finally changed my my name here. Oh, it still says NYC. I thought I changed it. All right, I got to figure that out. Anyways, I got 2 points. I think PBM might be onto something in regards to changing some of the defense, moving Stevenson into the safety, and then putting the other guy at the rookie at the cornerback. So I like that idea. I think that would work. Whether or not they'll make those changes, we'll see whether. The other thing is now that Beastbreaker had me laughing out my ass just now, and he quoted Bob Barker at the very end from The Price is Right.
I mean, we got a little bit of everything in that call.
Oh man, Beastbreaker is a classic, man. He is a classic. I was telling Gator yesterday that man, Beast just literally makes me laugh so hard. He's the funniest dude. Anyways, those are my 2 points there, Jake. I wanted to bring them and let PBM Mike know that don't be a paper bag. Jets will come through. Don't worry about it. One game at a time. Let's figure it out. I don't like more victories at all. And I know the next 6 games are against losing teams, but we're also a losing team as well. So those teams are looking at us as a win as well. I just want to win a game. I want to win a game, and then then get the next win after that. But we have to win a game. That's the most important thing. And to a point is, I feel bad for those fans that are also Met fans, because the Mets are not going to make the playoffs, and the Mets have been in a drought as well. Thank God I'm a Yankee fan, and I have Yankees. And like you said earlier, Jake, Yankees always have a team to win year in, year out. Unfortunately, I was beat up by my brother at a very young age. I had to be a Jet fan, and I love the Jets. I bleed green, and I'll still go to games when it comes to Tampa. I'll still go to games if they're any good. I'll drive down to Miami, not this Monday night, but another time. And now when I go back up to New York, I'll watch a game as well. But it is what it is. It's been a long, long time since the Jets been good. And I'm hoping the tide will turn eventually. But right now, I just want to win a game, man, so I can show face to my wife, because my wife's like, she always tells me, "Why do you put yourself through this every year?"
Because one day
So,
it's gonna be better, but until then, let's celebrate the wins when we can get them, like our
let's
two moral
go. Let's
victories.
go.
Jake.
Hey, David.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen, bitch. Fireball, whiskey time, David motherfucking T.
I'm going to do a Kyle Clifton here, so if my memory leaves me, please excuse me. But Aaron Glenn, his press conferences, the first couple, really assertive and tough and all that kind of stuff. It seems like he's going into transition, doing damage control. And, the dancing on the sideline before the game was over, to me, unacceptable. I didn't expect that out of him. And as far as the game next week with Miami, I was at the Jets Miami game last year, and the coach for Miami really is a really terrific play caller. So I can't see where the Jets are going to beat him.
I'll tell you what, David. They need to get stops, turnovers, and they need to get some guys that are injured and get them healthy. Hopefully Quincy plays. They need Jermaine back. And they got to just play smart football. Like, the Dolphins are not that good. They're 0-3 for a reason.
Yeah, I'm not giving up on Aaron Glenn. Believe me. I mean, I say that, but they can go in there and it could be a totally different team. You know what, Jake? Yesterday's game, against Tampa, Tampa on both sides were playing strong football, crisp and all that, and the Jets had enough talent, but they just didn't seem like they had that oomph, like
Do you have that oomph?
I I'd like to have the oomph for the team. I don't know. I'm just hoping they get in Monday night and Aaron Glenn can what am I trying to say? Get things together and get them tougher. You know what I mean? Get them fighting. Get them tougher.
David, all the love.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're shit.
All right. Who's ready for a raffle, huh? Who's ready to spin the wheel of champions? I know I am. Ladies and gentlemen, a Keyshawn Johnson signed jersey is being raffled away right now.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go, folks. Time to spin the Wheel of Champions. All the names have officially been added. The wheel is on your screen. There only could be one winner. Where's my dramatic music? There it is. If you win, I need your address. Where are we sending the signed Keyshawn Johnson jersey to? Ladies and gentlemen, the Wheel of Champions. It's being spun after we play this one more time. Just kidding. The Wheel of Champions is being spun right now after we shuffle the names. Good luck. But the winner is Eli Betts. Congratulations to Eli. He is your winner. You're the man, Eli. And by the way, Robin Boy and Big Country, I did in fact include you guys in the raffle. As far as Big Country's point here, I wanted to address it last. I lean with the Ravens at home because they're at home and that's a tough place to play. So I would take the Ravens tonight and I would lay the 4.5 points if I'm going to make a wager on it as well. I believe the line is still 4.5 over on FanDuel. I'll check right now. Last second, it is 4.5. Ravens and laying the 4.5 would be my pick in this game later. But we'll see. They play the game for a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, Leon says, I lost a raffle. But for me, that was a moral victory. Can we just win a game, man? I'm so sick of having to laugh at how bad we are. I just want to win. All right. We're done here. That's all the time we have. We're back tomorrow. Better than ever. A raffle, a Sabo appearance. Does it get better than that? No, it doesn't. Or maybe it does. One thing is for sure, though. The Asmaniacs are the greatest. So thanks again to everyone who watched. Thanks to Joe B for joining us. JETS. Jets, 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 baby.
Joining us right now is a new member of the ESPN family. He's also an
Nobody gives a shit.
Hold on. I'm having some glitches here, Rich.
Oh, that was great. That was perfect. Nobody gives a shit.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.